Well, you know, Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and unfortunately, that means getting ready for winter. Out and About Columbus is ready to get you prepared, whether it's getting your car taken care of for those cold mornings, or getting some clothes, or getting just your house ready and nice and warm and making sure it's prepared. We have it all on today's show. Grab that cup of coffee. Stay with us. You don't want to miss 1 minute of today's show. Winter right around the corner. Is your roof, guttering, and windows ready? Well, if they're not, you may want to call Fiesel. We had an opportunity to talk to Ross and learn more. You know, this is our annual winter show, and we love to tell our viewers about things they should be looking out for in winter. Of course, roofing is one of those big things. There's a lot to look out for, right? So kind of give us some insight.
Sure. So as a roofer, the first thing I think of when we talk about winterization is I think of ice damming, because that's probably the biggest problem that Central Ohio homeowners have during the winter with their roofs. So, the first thing they can do is really obvious. They want to make sure that their gutters are clean. They want to make sure the downspouts are flowing. They want to make sure those downspouts are connected into the underground tiles appropriately. And then just do a walk around the house. Look, make sure there aren't any missing shingles, loose shingles, curling shingles, lifted shingles, that type of thing. But really the key, as it relates again to the ice damming and preventing the ice damming, the key to that is having good ventilation. So we need to be bringing fresh air into the attic and then exhausting the warm, moist air out of the attic.
Do they build these homes so that they have adequate ventilation, or do you need to add on to that?
Today, they definitely build them with adequate ventilation. Everything has changed. Materials have become more and more airtight. So a house built 30 years ago didn't need the same level of ventilation because it wasn't nearly as airtight.
So do you recommend more ventilation? I mean, I think you guys do that work, right?
Yeah. So, for any Central Ohio homeowner, we are happy to do a free roof inspection, and we will do a ventilation calculation. The FHA has very specific guidelines for venting your roof, and we're happy to do a free FHA calculation.
Let's talk a little bit about windows.
Yeah, so obviously this is the time of year where windows start to reveal some of the problems they may have. You start to see some of that, fog in between the two panes of glass, or even in some cases you'll actually see water in between those two panes of glass. So that's an indication that the seal in that window has failed, and it's time to replace that window. Pretty simple.
Well, great information, Ross. How can we get a hold of Fiesel Roofing for maybe a little inspection?
Sure, you can call 614-QUALITY or go to FieselInc.com.
Fantastic. Again, thanks so much, Ross.
Thanks, Mike.
Well, these may be beautiful right now, but there's a lot of them on the ground, and you may want to get them taken care of because they can cause you some real problems with your landscape. We had an opportunity to talk to Ty Woods from Year Round Landscaping, and whether it's getting your snow plowed or getting those leaves picked up or getting things ready in the spring, one call does it all. This is what my friend Ty Woods had to say. Well, Ty, good to have you and Year Round Landscaping on the show.
Thanks for having me, Mike.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your business. There's a lot said in the name, as they say. Mm-hmm. Tell us about Year Round Landscaping, what services you provide.
Well, Year Round Landscaping is not just our name, it's what we do. And we take care of all types of landscaping projects. We design, install, and maintain landscaping projects across Central Ohio 365 days a year. We can eliminate the hassle of having to hire numerous service providers to take care of one landscape.
Tell us about your rating with the BBB. I mean, you've done a great job with this business.
Well, we definitely try, and it's always a work in progress, but we do have a current A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. And that's only truly because we got the greatest supporters in the world.
So this must be a big season for leaves for you, right? Tell us about that process, because we kind of watched you work.
Well, although the falling leaves can be pretty and very colorful, if left alone, they can cause serious problems to your landscape. They can bring disease and other issues, and if you leave it sitting on your lawn too long, you'll have bare spots.
So then tell us what happens when the snow falls.
Well, when the snow falls, we start our trucks up and we start plowing, or shoveling if need be.
Well, Ty, I know we were talking a little off camera, and you said that people should really select that snow plowing service early. Why is that?
Because it'll give you the best opportunity to get the right contractor for your needs. the later you wait, the more you'll be left to whatever's out there.
Fantastic, Ty. Give us some contact information how people can get a hold of you, because there's a lot of leaves on the ground.
Yes, it is. Well, if you would like to get your leaves removed, give us a call at 614-260-8774, or you can go to our website, www.landscaping365.com.
Hey, Ty, great having you on the show, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, Mike.
Would you like your business to appear on an upcoming episode of Out and About Columbus? Send your contact information to info@outandaboutcolumbus.com to learn more. Well, with Old Man Winter just around the corner, finding quality auto service may be difficult, but we have a place for you that you can absolutely trust. We stop by Tiltons Automotive and talk to Andy Tilton. On everybody's mind is, what do I need to do to my car to get it ready for winter?
Well, a constant reminder for me of what to do is to make sure that you are looking at your automobile. I call it the senses. You're looking at the automobile. You're smelling to see if something doesn't smell quite right. You're feeling, is it going down the road and shaking? These are all indicators at any time during the year you might have an issue. Winterization can be done all year long. And your newer automobiles, I'd say up to 10 years old, have the opportunity to be maintained on a regular basis, and then nothing really needs to be done at winter time because you're maintaining that antifreeze, you're maintaining the tires, you're maintaining the brakes and all the systems on a regular basis. So there's no need to go running to me or to a facility to get that winterization. It, to me, is kind of a mixed bag. I want you to be seeing me all year long so I can prevent things from happening, whether it be winter, spring, summer, or fall.
With these maintenance-free batteries, is there a way to predict if the battery's going to hold up through the winter months?
I would suggest, and I do this to my clients or do this with my clients all the time, if your battery is 4 years old and it is an original equipment manufacturer's battery, change it every 4 years. The aftermarket has 72-month batteries. You can even get 84-month batteries. That is not necessarily a clock that starts ticking. Just because it has 4 years on it doesn't mean it's going to last that long. So what we do, again, when you bring it in for maintenance, we're taking a very specific piece of equipment and we're checking that. It's a real quick check. It gives a percentage of charge, percentage of life left, and we make recommendations upon that.
Well, tell us how we find you so we can get our car in here and get it checked.
We're at a great new place here at the corner of Huntley and Schrock Roads, 6661 Huntley Road. That's our new facility. And then we have our facility we've been in for 10 years in Gehenna at 171 High Street. We'd love to see you.
Fantastic. Andy, great information once again. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Appreciate you being here.
Before you cozy up to your first fire of the season, call Blackburns Chimney Services. They'll make sure your fireplace is ready. Debbie told us more about why it's so important to have your chimney and fireplace swept, as well as your dryer vents cleaned. Well, Debbie, welcome to the show. Thanks for having us out today. You know, it's that time of year when people are going to be having fires in their fireplace. Why is it so important to have your chimney swept?
We chimneys need maintenance as much as any other part of the home, and so it's best to do that before you're wanting to use the fireplace so that it's ready for winter. Through our Ohio weather, the freeze and thaws are very damaging to chimneys, and so it's a good idea to get the fireplace as well as the chimney inspected. When we come out, we're taking a look at the ceramic flue tiles, the pipe of the chimney for a prefabricated fireplace. We're looking at the structure, the exterior structure, making sure that the brickwork, the mortar, everything's, intact and solid.
So how often should people have their chimney swept?
Chimneys should be evaluated or swept on an annual basis. Definitely if there's a buildup of creosote of more than 1/8 of an inch. And so we have some folks who really do need to have their fireplaces swept more than a yearly basis if they're using their fireplaces primarily as a heat source.
You also do dryer vent cleaning. Why is it important to have your dryer vents cleaned?
There's actually more dryer vent fires than there are chimney fires. And the lint is a flammable substance, and so you want that buildup of lint out of the dryer vents, as well as getting that cleaned out. You're going to have a much more efficient drying time for that dryer.
So how can we find out more about Blackburns Chimney Services?
You can visit our website at blackburnschimney.com. You can reach us by phone 614-297-3870.
Fantastic. Thank you so much again for educating us on all this.
Thank you.
Stay up to date on the latest events and information by visiting onacolumbus.com. It's easy to catch up on previous episodes, guests, upcoming event info, and so much more. onacolumbus.com. Well, how would you like to save up to 45% on your heating bill? You can do that if you insulate with USA Insulation. We had an opportunity to talk to Jake and learn how you can save some money right now, as well as take advantage of that tax credit that's going to be ending soon. Well, Jake, good to have you and USA Insulation on the show.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
This is our annual winterization show, and what we really try to touch on is ways that people can get ready for winter. And obviously, I think insulation is probably one of the most important things if you want to save some money. Kind of talk to us about the insulation you guys use and how that'll help people.
Well, we have a premium foam, injection foam insulation used for existing homes. It's got the highest R value on the market, 5.1 per inch. It never deteriorates, settles, or shrinks, and it's also eco-friendly, non-urethane formaldehyde, and it's made right here in the USA.
What kind of savings does your customers experience?
Well, I'm kind of a geek. So I've got a spreadsheet of all my clients, and I've got probably about 400 of them. And what I find is that I save people smack dab right in between 30 and 40% on their utilities, right around 35% on average, and that's conservative. Sometimes I have an outlier of 65 to 70%.
Is it expensive, and how can I afford to do this?
Well, we can break it up so it's not too bad. Right now we currently have a financing program if you qualify, and it's 2 years where you don't even have to make a payment.
Well, if I sign up right now, I understand there's some cost savings and some things that are out there that I may want to take advantage of, right?
Yes, sir. This is the calm before the storm. So right when it starts getting cold, everyone calls in at the same time. So what we have right now is not only a $500 early bird discount if you call and book now, but you can also take advantage of the federal credit of 10% up to $5,000. So you could take another $500 off on your tax credit, but you got to get in before January 1st. And from what I understand, they are not bringing that back. So
that's the same thing we hear too. Well, that's great. Well, give us some information how we can get a hold of you, because I got a feeling some folks are out there probably going to get that installation taken care of.
Absolutely. You can call us, or you can go straight at usainsulation.net.
Fantastic. Jake, great information. Thanks so much for being on the show.
Thank you so much. It was nice meeting you.
Well, with 22 area locations, Valvoline Instant Oil Change may be where you want to bring your vehicle before these winter months set in. We talked to Nick Allen, area manager, who told us more. Well, Nick, good to have you and Valvoline on the show.
Thank you for being here.
You know, of course, winter's right around the corner. This is our show where we talk about getting ready for winter. And, of course, there's a lot of things you have to get ready, and your vehicle's one of them. And, you know, Valvoline is like one of those companies that as I drive around Columbus, they're like on every corner. You guys are – how big are you guys?
Yeah, Valvoline's Oil Change, we're big. We're the second largest quick lube in the United States, where just this year we performed our 200 millionth oil change as a company. We have 22 locations in the Metro Columbus area. We understand our guests are busy, so we're open nights and weekends to help them with that. We actually have our certified technicians complete over 270 hours of training, where we service most vehicle makes and models, and including luxury vehicles as well. And also our customer satisfaction ratings, 4.6 out of 5 stars.
Well, Nick, you know, of course, again, as I said, it's winter time. So what are some good tips for people to get their vehicle ready for winter?
Yeah, winter's coming. You want to take some time. It's hard on both you and your vehicle. So you want to take some time to perform some general checks of your vehicle. You want to check out some items such as your brakes. Want to check out your fluids. Want to check out your tires. Make sure they're set to the right manufacturer recommendations. Want to check out your coolant level. Make sure it's full, but also make sure it's the right mixture of antifreeze and water. I just want to do general safety checks like that.
So, Nick, how can Valvoline help?
All right, Valvoline's Oil Change, we can help. Part of our oil change, with the oil change, we actually do an 18-point vehicle maintenance check, where we check out some of those items we were talking about earlier, how to prepare your car for winter, such as your fluid levels, your tire pressure. We'll test the battery, make sure it has the proper charge level. We can also check the coolant, make sure it's the right level, but make sure it's the right mixture of antifreeze to water per your manufacturer recommendations as well.
How do we find you here in the greater Central Ohio area?
All right, yes, like I said, we have 22 neighborhood locations throughout the Metro Columbus area. You can visit us at VIOC.com for more information and also some cool service videos as well. Or stop into one of our neighborhood locations, stop in and say hello to us, and we can help make sure your car's set up and prepared for winter.
Yeah, great information. Nick, thanks so much for being on the show. Would you like your business to appear on an upcoming episode of Out and About Columbus? Send your contact information to info@outandaboutcolumbus.com to learn more.
Based in Columbus, Ohio, Simonton Windows and Doors offers over 70 years of innovation and experience, specializing in replacement patio doors and windows. Mike told us some of the things you should look for in your current windows to see if they need replaced. Well, Mike, welcome to Out and About Columbus. Tell us, what are some of the things that we can do to keep our homes warm this winter?
Well, Renee, if you look at windows, there's 4 simple steps you can take in addressing your windows to reduce air infiltration and mitigating condensation. First would be to make sure that the windows lock properly. Without the proper locking mechanisms, you cannot get the proper seal on the windows. Secondly, check your weather stripping. The weather stripping must be in contact. If you find that it's damaged or missing, look to have it replaced. Thirdly, you want to look and make sure the reveals are correctly lined up on the window. And last but not least, look on the outside of the window. If the sealants are missing, deviated, degraded, look to replace with a high quality silicone sealant.
So what if our windows need to be replaced? What do we do?
Well, winter is still a great time to replace windows. It's probably one of the most least invasive home improvement projects you can do.
Windows can make such a difference in the way your home looks and feels. Tell us a little bit about Simonton Windows. What makes you different?
Well, Simonton's a nationally recognized manufacturer of windows and doors, vinyl windows and doors. We're located our national headquarters are right here in Columbus, Ohio. We are a member of the Plygem family, and Plygem has over 70 years experience in the building products industry.
Fantastic. So tell us how we can find out more about Simonton Windows.
You can check us out at our website, www.simonton.com/ONA, or you can reach us at 1-800-SIMONTON.
Fantastic. Mike, again, thank you for having us out. Beautiful showroom you have here.
Thank you.
Well, you know, if you're an RV owner, one of the things you have to consider with winter coming on, of course, is freezing the lines in an RV, and you certainly want that taken care of so it's all winterized and you don't have any problems. We talked to Kyle Price and Bruce Miller here at Hayden See Airstream and RV about some great deals on RVs as well as getting that RV winterized. One of the things we're doing on today's show is we're talking about getting ready for winter. And, of course, if you own an RV, that means getting it winterized, and that can be a real pain. It's just advisable to take it to professional, get it done right.
Correct.
Tell us about some of the services you do here at Hayden See.
We do the winterizations, which is very important to keep them from freezing in the plumbing lines. Any kind of service work on the things. There's a lot of things we can do on them.
You know, one of the things that impressed me is that you can literally do a basic winterization on a drive-through service, so you're not tied up all day, right?
Correct. Yeah, we have a drive-through service to where the customer leaves their camper hooked up to their tow vehicle. We pull in, we winterize it, and they can go on back down the road in about a half hour.
One of the things that I was wondering about is should you wait or should you get in here now and get it done while we still got some decent weather?
You can get it done now. You can still use the camper with the lines being winterized.
What are some of the advantages of an Airstream trailer?
Well, Airstream's a full 4-season unit. Down into the single digits, you can camp in it year round with water. You do have to keep it heated. If you're not going to keep it heated, you need to come see Kyle and get it winterized. But they're lightweight, they're aerodynamic. There is no wood in the construction of an Airstream at all. It's a complete aluminum superstructure. The only wood in the Airstream is actually in the interior. So there's nothing there to deteriorate, and that's why they hold their value so well. They hold their value amazingly well.
Well, Bruce, great information. Thanks so much for being on the show.
Thank you, Mike.
How can we find you here on Long Broad Street?
3865 West Broad. We're right near the casino here. Stop in and see us anytime. Call us at 614-279-8880 or visit our website at haydenseeairstream.com.
Fantastic. And Kyle, thank you for all the information I got that RV taken care of.
Thank you.
Like the Out and About Columbus Facebook page for pictures, video, and more on the show, including news about upcoming shows and even exclusive behind-the-scenes content. That's facebook.com/outandaboutcolumbus.
Well, you know, with winter just around the corner, you may be thinking about getting another car, or maybe you just need service on the car that you have. Well, we stopped by Raider Car Company, and they can take care of all of that for you. We talked to John Raider to learn more. A lot of people are in cars right now, and they're thinking maybe they want an SUV, maybe they want a different car. How can you hook them up?
Well, not only can I hook them up with a car, but I want people to come and give us a call who are driving a car and let us give them a free winter inspection. Let us check your battery. Let us test your antifreeze. Let us look at your tires, and then we can take it from there.
What's very popular in the wintertime on your lot? What do a lot of people buy?
I'm going to say trucks, SUVs, anything four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive.
So, John, I know you have a service center here. What can you do for people there?
We can do absolutely anything from engines, transmissions, electrical, tires, brakes, anything that can be done to a car we can do here.
That sounds fantastic. Well, obviously, on a lot of people's mind, the question is, what about financing, getting financed on a car if you want to get a whole new car?
Well, that's one of the best things about us. When every dealership says no, we can always say yes, because I have my own in-house financing. So everyone's approved here.
What is there something do you have to have a job? Do you have to show proof? What does it take?
Definitely a job helps. Income, if you have, some people are disabled or on disability, we'll accept that as income. As long as they got something to pay for the car, we have no problem doing business with them.
Fantastic. Well, tell us how we find you here on Schrock Road.
We're at 1429 Schrock Road, right across the street from the Brookville Apartments, and we're open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., and we close at 5 on Saturdays.
And has it got a website?
We do, www.radarcarco.com.
Fantastic. John, thanks so much for being on the show. Well, one of the things you shouldn't overlook with the winter months upon us is your garage door, whether that spring breaks or the door's not going up right, or whether you even need a new opener. We talked to Precision Door Service and learned more about how you can do some preventive maintenance and make sure that that garage door is going to hold up through the winter months. For people who have not seen you guys before, what kind of services do you provide?
Well, we provide maintenance, repair, and replacement for residential garage doors and openers in around the Columbus area.
What are some of the problems that you see people having in cold weather with the garage door opener?
I would say probably the number one thing is making sure that the bottom seal on the bottom of the door is flush with the ground. This is really going to help you keep all that cold air out of your garage. We also recommend a general maintenance package every year, so making sure that your door is properly balanced. This is going to help your door and your opener work smoothly, also keeping everything lubricated. This also allows for a smooth operation.
Yeah. One of the things I've had experience with, and has been bad experience, is that big spring over the garage door will break.
Yes, absolutely. Sometimes in the really cold weather, springs will break if they're getting old. It's a really common repair that we have to do, so we're always able to come out and get that taken care of for you.
And what's someone going to experience if that spring has broke?
Well, first off, there can be a really loud noise. Often when springs break, it sounds like a big bang. And then usually the number one thing that we notice is if you're trying to open your door, maybe you're pressing your wall button and it's not coming up all the way, usually that's an indication that your spring is broken because the weight is too much for the opener to open it.
Yeah, and it's one of those things you don't want to try to replace yourself, right?
Absolutely not. It's really dangerous. We always recommend a professional to do that for you. Don't mess with your springs. It can be bad.
I've heard the force can literally kill you.
Yes, it absolutely can. So if you think that it's a broken spring, leave your door alone. We'll come out. We'll take care of it for you.
Well, Jenna, how do we get a hold of you for some of that extraordinary service you provide?
You can reach us anytime, day or night, at 614-294-5190. You can also check out our website, precisiondoorcolumbus.com.
Fantastic, Jenna. Thanks so much. That's a number worth well writing down if you got a garage door. Would you like your business to appear on an upcoming episode of Out and About Columbus? Send your contact information to info@outandaboutcolumbus.com to learn more. Well, look at this beautiful home, and this kitchen has been completely redone by Winkelmann Design. This is just a fraction of what they did on this Clintonville home, and they principally work in the Clintonville area. We had an opportunity to talk to Leo about how he does the designs and brings his own crews in to do beautiful work like this. Let's talk a little bit about what your company does.
Well, we're a remodeling company specializing strictly in residential work, and we take existing homes and redo them and try and bring things into the home that the client has either wanted to do for years or maybe hasn't even thought of.
Yeah, and a lot of this is your own design, correct?
Yes, I do all the design work and the estimating and the work with the clients on that, and then I have a crew that does our work.
Yeah. I got to tell you, coming to this home today that you did remodeling, it is just incredible. Tell us a little bit about some of what went into this home.
Well, we added a 2-story addition. We tore off an old porch that was here, and we tried to make the addition seamless with the rest of the house. And so we expanded the kitchen, and then upstairs we added a master suite where we expanded an existing small bedroom and added a master bathroom and a walk-in closet. And then there's also a sitting room on the other side of this kitchen.
Yeah. What's some of the biggest challenges in remodeling some of these older homes?
Well, it's part of it is keeping the floors and the ceiling seamless, so that when you get done, the addition looks like it's always been here and that it's an integral part of the home. We try to make sure that all the architectural details match, that the trim matches, and so forth. And so, just working with an existing home is always a challenge. You never know what you're going to find when you open up the walls.
Leo, how do we get more information? How do we contact you?
Easiest thing to do is to phone us. It's 614-402-2062. Also, email is great, winkelmanndesign@gmail.com. And our website is winkelmanndesign.com. I come out personally and talk to you. When you get us, you get us. When you hire us, you get us. My foreman, Chris Johnson, does all the work. We have our own crews. And so I do all the design work. So that's the easiest way to get a hold of us.
Sounds fantastic. Great information, Leo. Thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Check out these businesses in our local business spotlight. Well, if you enjoy 50s and 60s nostalgia and great sweet treats, we've got a great place for you. It's called Mrs. Turbo's Cookies. We even found my favorite cookie here. Well, Holly, good to have you and Mrs. Turbo's Cookies on out and about Columbus.
Thanks for coming. I appreciate it.
You know, I heard the name Mrs. Turbo's Cookies, and I went, where in the world did that come from? So give us a little history.
Sure. We get asked that question a lot. So the name Mrs. Turbo's came from my husband. It's his nickname, Turbo. And when we got married, by virtue of that, I became Mrs. Turbo. And then as we started baking and building the brand, people would say, where's Mrs. Turbo's Cookies? And that's how the name sort of came about.
Let's talk about your cookies. Talk to us about the ingredients and what really goes into this, because there is some history there.
Yeah, there is. We work very hard on our ingredients. And in developing the cookies, I was very particular. So we use a whole grain flour, organic cold milled flax. I use super premium Belgian dark chocolates. Our buttercream is made with organic heavy cream and butter. So we use a whole grain rolled oat as well when we're baking anything. So we try to keep it as natural as possible.
Let's talk about some of the things, though, in terms of getting cookies out to people, corporate events and things like that. You do a lot of that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, we do. We do a lot of corporate events, corporate gifting. We also do a lot of weddings and catering and birthday parties. We have a meeting room that has a big screen TV as well, so people can come in here and sit down and have their meeting notes up on the TV if they wanted to.
As I came in, obviously this has that retro 50s, 60s look. Where did that all come about? And I couldn't help but notice the great logo with you on it.
Yeah, thanks. So our logo came from, we're big Gil Elfgren and big 50s fans. We did a photo shoot a couple years ago with me and recreated one of his photos, and it just kind of grew from there. And that's how we bake. That's our philosophy is really we bake like Mom used to bake. So that whole 50s theme kind of just all seemed to fit right in with that.
Give us some contact information.
And our website is mrsturboscookies.com, where you can find the address and our hours.